Guys and dolls, Freedom Dad here. Just out with the dog, and yeah, nice and calm, nice and cool, nice bit of rain, so nice start to the day. Hope you are all good. I haven't got much planned today because of the weather, and just a wee message to Blake: have a good trip today, mate, away to Scotland. So yeah, see him off and see what the day brings, you know. So I'm trying to get somebody on my live tonight, so I'm working on it. Leave it with me, guys. Just change it up a wee bit, I think. And yeah, I might address TikTok because they've been having a right wee time on old Freedom Dad, so they have. And yeah, so I've just been letting them have their fun. So I have, just because of the papers, you know what I mean? Because a lot of them aren't on YouTube, so they haven't got a Scooby-Doo, you know what I mean? And I'm not really going to go on and explain myself, so I'm not, because I don't need to, you know what I mean? It's TikTok, guys, you know what I mean? It's a different ball game completely. But yeah, I'm not going to say who I'm trying to get on. I'd like to get British Slaughter on. If you're watching, I want you on my show, you know what I mean? I want to grill you. But no grill you, you know, I don't grill anybody, you know what I mean? Just ask you some questions, you know what I mean, about what you've been up to, what got you on YouTube. That's the kind of thing I like to ask YouTubers, you know. Like I say, I'm going to get Gobster on again, so I am. I like Gobster, so I do. And yeah, if Lee British Patriot's up for it, I'd like to get him on. Like reach out to the smaller channels as well, you know what I mean, and get them up and going and stuff, and get some support into them, because they're all working as hard, you know what I mean. So yeah, like to get Dino being on. Fucking love to get Dino being on, but I don't know if he'd come on or not, you know what I mean. And Richard's always around, you know what I mean, so that's no problem there, even getting an interview, you know what I mean. But oh, and talking about Richard, guys, you need to go on his channel, Counter Media. Bang, links up there. Well, that's the video, you know what I mean. I've shared it on Facebook, shared it on X, shared it around, shared it all through my WhatsApp contacts. Amazing content, you know what I mean. Definitely, you know, definitely up in this game, like, you know what I mean. He's doing really brilliant, and so proud of him, Like I say, fucking, you know, there's no many of us, there really isn't, guys. And geez, oh man, I just want to say a personal thank you to Richard from everybody, all my community and everybody that, you know, that he's helping and bringing awareness and helping our wee country. And you know what I mean, he's British just like me. And yeah, so go on there, give him some love, guys. Check the video out. Watched it last night. Watched it just before I went to sleep, and got a shirt out before I went, you know, before I got the head down. But yeah, brilliant content, absolutely amazing, brave women, I interviewed the girl on the right. She sort of went viral, so she did, with my video. She was on Scottish news, English news, and on everywhere, all over, online, everywhere. So brave, you know what I mean, because, you know, it is one of them things, you know what I mean. People are always like, you'll always get negative people saying, oh, you shouldn't have put a camera in front of her, and she was emotional and all the rest of it. But, you know, at the end of the day, as a citizen journalist, we're there to catch that emotion. We're there to catch the anger. We're there to catch what's going on in the street at that moment. And yeah, that's the way I go forward. I stick the camera in front, my microphone in front of people, and ask them if they want to talk. You know what I mean? Everybody's got the right and the freedom of speech to give their opinion, and whether it's in favour or against, you know what I mean. I don't know until I start talking. And you know, like I say, I am straight down the middle as best I can be, you know what I mean, that way. And I listen to everybody's point of view and sides, you know what I mean, and opinions. And like I say, freedom is freedom of speech, and the dad obviously is because I'm a new dad, you know what I mean, and that's why my name is called Freedom Dad, you know, just to clear all that up. It's not because I've been in jail all my life and I'm free at the minute, you know. So, but yeah, like I say, guys, we credit where credit's due with these women who spoke to Richard. So brave, so brave, and came across so well. And my message to them two girls is, get yourselves in the politics, do something more. You can do it, you can do whatever you want. These are honestly, guys, this is my message to everybody. You know, when you have shining stars like that in your community, you need to get behind them, support everything they do, follow them on Facebook, follow them on X, build their social media platforms up, and give them the power to speak out to more people. That's my message to them. And so well done. And you know, I'm not going to touch any more on the Ballymena stuff. I think Richard's wrapped that up there, you know what I mean. I was going to look into the school thing. I am still looking into it, and you know, like I say, anybody wants to talk to me about that, I'm available. Or Richard, any one of us, you know what I mean. Any citizen journalist, you got to understand, this is very important. All YouTubers and all patriot activists are not in this for themselves. None of us are, please believe me. We're in this for the greater good of our religion, our country, our culture, and our people. You know, there's no two ways about it, you know. Yeah, you know, people might argue with some things and here and there or whatever, you know what I mean. But, you know, at the end of the day, they could be doing something else. We could all be doing something else. There's ways of making money on YouTube, bringing content, different types of content, travelling, you know, going around different hot, nice areas in Northern Ireland and just documenting and bringing stories, and people like that kind of thing. And, you know, at the end of the day, I know what works because I'm a YouTube fan, so I know what gets clicks, I know what gets follows. You know, I know the patriot world. You're never gonna go anywhere far in the patriot world unless you're Martusi or somebody like that. And I'm no Martusi, you know what I mean? And I'm just freedom dad, and I do the things the way I do because I enjoy doing it like that. I can relax. I don't need to worry about what I'm saying and all the rest of it, and not swearing. Where's that dog going? Right, let's go and look for the dog. So yeah, guys, so Counter Media, it's at Richard Inman's channel, and you need to go on and give it some love, and yeah, support every patriot. Anybody that's out there doing citizen journalists, guys, you know, you've got to support them. And like Richard's got it down to a T, you know what I mean? He's got nothing to learn. I learned from him, and you know, but some guys are new at it. You know what I mean? Some guys are, you know, they're a bit rusty, and, you know, the content might be super great, and that's why you get behind them, you know what I mean? Okay, Neil, where's she going? Sorry for whistling. Oh, super great. Oh, there she's there. She must have fucking found another dog or a cat or an animal of some sort. Where were you? Huh? Get down off me. Come on, let's go. Yeah, she's having fun. She's having fun. So yeah, it's support that you give people helps them grow, like you did with me, you know, from the very start, you know what I mean? You know, I know I did hit at the start I had 140,000 views. I think 130,000 views on a video. So that got me kicked into about 300 subs straight away, 400 subs straight away. And then I think Paz gave me a shout out, brought in another 500-600 subs, maybe 1,000 subs, I don't know, to be honest with you. And then just putting out the content every day, just slowly bringing it up one by one, you know what I mean? And I hit 3,000, and I came into Northern Ireland, hit 5,000, done the Ballymena one, and it's went up to 10,000, and since the Ballymena one, it's went up another 1,000, you know what I mean? So that's how it grows, you know what I mean? You're like, I'm just a guy sitting in front of a camera, you know, talking about personal stuff and trauma and mental health and how my day's going, and, you know, what you know, the mental health of what we see going on in our country, being a unionist, loving Britain, you know, loving Northern Ireland, loving Irish people, loving Christians, not wanting any division between Catholics and Protestants because I think it's nuts, and you know, just going along, just who I am, you know what I mean? And I think, you know, this is what we've got to remember, you know what I mean? It's like all YouTubers grow, they transform, they become better and better as they move forward, and you've got to get behind them. Anybody that's out in the street, anybody that's reporting, anybody that's doing the media, that covering the news that the media aren't covering, then you've got to get behind them, you've got to get the word out, you know what I mean? So that's why we do this. This is why I always promote other YouTubers. And counter media, and give that video some love and shares and likes and get it out there, guys. Let's get it viral, you know what I mean? It deserves to go viral, there's no two ways about it. Yes, like I say, if I see a good video, guys, I'm on it, you know what I mean? I'm on it and I bring it to you, so it's one of them ones. So what else? I think I cover everything in my lives, guys, you know what I mean? Just let you see the scenery, you know what I mean, where I go for my walks. Looking forward to the ticker's going for the 12th, you know what I mean? The wee clock's ticking in my head for the 11th, checking the dates all the time. It's dragging in, like, you know what I mean? But I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully get my dogs over soon. I think once everything calms down, Katie and Lucky will be over. I'm looking forward to that, you know. Obviously she's got her horse and family and everything, you know what I mean? So, you know, she's not moving over, you know what I mean? So, but she'll be over for a few days or a weekend, quite sure, quite soon. Just need everything to die down, and, you know, all this nonsense that's been going about for the last fucking 3 or 4 weeks now, I think, to be honest with you. That's what it feels like, you know. And then God knows how long it's been going on behind my back that I didn't know, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's all died down now. And, things are feeling a bit safer, you know what I mean? But yeah, it is dangerous, as you know, it's Northern Ireland, you know what I mean? And can't keep everybody happy all of the time. So, it is difficult. The rhetoric that I push out, people don't understand it, you know, take me the wrong way, they get the wrong end of the stick and make the wrong assumptions that can be quite dangerous for me. And like I say, you know, the Dublin protest, guys, after the paper, you know what I mean, everybody was telling me not to go, you know what I mean, I'll be honest with you, everybody was telling me not to go. And you know, and it's not like, it was more like letting the papers win, because I knew what they were doing. I knew that hit piece was to stop me going there, to put the fear into me. You know, if they're thinking, oh, he's never going to go down there, they all think he's one of Shankle Butcher's cousins, you know what I mean? They hate the Shankle Butchers, you know what I mean? Oh, he's in trouble now, you know what I mean? So the only way to deal with that, guys, is face on. And I just want to say thank you to James Cahill and all the rest of you guys that shared my video amongst all the Patriot sites in Southern Ireland, of me explaining how it was all lies. And I just want to say thank you, you know what I mean? I dare say, like, so many people come up and said to me about it, and so it definitely got out. 110% got out, and I'm just glad. I'm you know, like I say, it's hard work. It is fucking so stressful, guys. You know, being who I am, being, you know, I know fucking, it's easy for anybody to say I'm a good person, I'm a good soul. I've never done a bad thing to any good person in my life. And bank robberies and all the rest of it, right, okay, I get that, right, I'm fucking, you know, but in general, you know, when I'm stable, the mental health is clear and all that, you know what I mean? And, you know, I'm not dealing with trauma, I'm not dealing with losing my wife, my mother, my foster mother, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, everybody I've ever cared about and loved, you know what I mean? Whenever that's all clear, then I'm on top of my game. And I'm a Christian, and I'll always be a Christian. I have had my doubts and lack of faith, obviously, as we all do, you know what I mean? And we ask, why does this happen? Why are you doing this to me, God? And all that, you know what I mean? And but, you know, we get over it, don't we? We get over it, and we realise that everything happens for a reason. And most days that I've suffered quite a lot in life, I normally find are quite special and unique, you know. So That's the way I look at it, and that's why I do my videos, you know, because who else can talk about shit like this, you know what I mean? Who else can talk about the prisons and what it's like being put in prison at 16, like in the Crumlin Road, and being in solitary confinement at 16 in the boards, and spending every prison sentence in every prison and every wing ending up in the digger or solitary confinement or segregation or the boards, you know. And you know, to get through that mentally, well, I think, you know, some disagree, mentally stable is an achievement, I think, for a young man who was I've had a pretty much a bad start just by losing my mum, you know what I mean? But as I say, you know, good times. There was plenty of good times in Belfast, amazing times, and a great childhood, a great upbringing, good loyalist men. You know, I know somebody's mightn't like that, but they're the men that brought me up. You know, they weren't the men that abused me. I was abused in children's homes. You know what I mean? Wasn't on the streets. I keep saying that. I was looked after. The men and the women of Northern Ireland, Ulster, Belfast looked after me. You know what I mean? And conditioned me and made me who I am, and give me the strength to deal with all these sentences and solitary confinement, because at every moment of every second of every day I was an Ulster man, I was a Belfast man, and I was going to make sure I represented my country and my city properly and with bravery. And you know, I can walk through life knowing that everybody that's met me will have seen that bravery, will have seen me never standing back, never standing down. And yeah, that's one of the problems that I have. I won't back down, I won't stand down, and I won't stop. I'll never be forced to do anything by anybody. And yeah, it would probably be the death of me, you know. But you know, I'm still here now, so I think I'm doing no too bad. But listen, guys, that's a wee walk, so it is. And just to say good morning to you, a wee chit chat. That's a wee old school chit chat like we used to do. New camera coming today, so we'll test that out tonight. Hopefully, fingers crossed, if I can work it out, you know what I mean? I'll at least show you it. It's meant to come today, so I will at least show you it and to say thank you, guys, you know what I mean? Everything that you give me goes to, you know, it always gets used. It's not getting abused, you know. Any buy me a coffee, you know, like I say, it goes on equipment, it goes on things that people that help me and my daughter, and you know, anything. I don't have any real outgoings, you know what I mean? I'm quite lucky that way. I'm very, very fortunate when I see some of my mates and the problems they have with drink. I'm a very lucky man, and I never ever forget that. So listen, guys, a bit of a rambling, you know what I mean? You know, just like the old days from my old school guys, you know what I mean? And you know, we'll see what happens today, but I never know what phone call I'm going to get and where I'm going to end up, but I am ready to move at a minute's notice. The sun's coming out, the rain stopped, and yeah, we'll see. Definitely live at night, hopefully with somebody that's going to come on. I'll check my messages when I come off here, and yeah, onwards and upwards, guys, and as always, God bless.